stats for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, you want one quick question?
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yeah, man. You know what's going on. You know the vibes, man. This is the road to 5K subs. If you are new to the channel, my name is Rashad Milligan. Hold on. I'm hearing the last bit of Paige talking, but I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna go ahead and get the show started. So, as predicted in the bracket, what can I say? South Carolina, UConn. After all the beatings, my bracket took rounds 8 through 85. The finals are set, and everything's going kind of exactly like how I was planned and stuff like that. I wish I could have this wonderful basketball-based analysis for the reason why Gino Auriemma and CD and the entire UConn Husky staff just planned a greater, smoother offensive game plan and everything like that over UCLA and Corey Close and things like that. But at the end of the day, things just kind of are simple. One team had Paige Becker, Sarah Strong, and AZ Fudd, and the other team did it. Lauren Betts, got off to a good start, got into some foul trouble, had to sit down in the first half. Same thing we seen at the LSU game. Difference is with the LSU game, UCLA's bigs, backup bigs, and everything like that, and everybody else really stepped up when she went out. This time around, it was the exact opposite. UConn stepped up. AZ Fudd went crazy. 12 second quarter points, 19 points in the first half. It was just different, man. Sarah Strong doing Sarah Strong things. Paige Baker's doing Paige Baker's things. And now we have one game. And I hope in between right now and Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we get a minimum amount of questions about health and the history of UConn's team and the opportunity and what this moment means to them. Because it's like y'all been asking that question all spring, and knock on wood, please, somebody knock on wood. Please, pause. Because it's like, dog, why jinx him? Why bring it up? Why? Like, we all know the obvious. You don't have to bring it up. I feel like, in my personal opinion, we know what's been going on for the past 4 or 5 years. Like, you don't have to bring it up. Let them seal the deal. Let them win the final game, and then we can talk about, oh man, you guys have been getting hurt. Like, what does it mean for y'all? Hold on, who's talking? Let me pause you. Okay, thank you very much. Anyways, yeah. Let's pull up the bracket. Man. Where we at? Okay, bet. All right, so after all of that, I'm still in the low 70s, bro. That's crazy. I'm millionth ranked. I was like 700,000 ranked. Now I'm millionth ranked. I guess because a lot of people, my goodness, 530 out of an 1810 max. How am I doing that bad? I got both games right today. I don't even know how it got that bad. Oh, did it not? Do I need to refresh? All right, I'm about to refresh. Does this change? Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hey. Look, okay, 1370 of the 16. That's what I'm talking about. 82% in the top 600,000, man. That's what I'm talking about. I know that's right. UConn over UCLA. I got that right. And I said South Carolina over Notre Dame. I got the opponent wrong, but I got the winner right. And in the championship game, I got UConn and South Carolina, with UConn winning it with 157 points scored. As you see tonight in the hold on, let me get the calculator. Hey, my mama said, hit the streets and live. Got some out the corner, and I did what I did. The neighbors, they don't like me. I got J's at the door. Told my grandma I don't need a bed. I'm sleeping on the floor. All right, here we go. So tonight, South Carolina scored 74 points, and they allowed 54 points. Okay, so here we go. It is 128, excuse me. All right, so 128, I predicted 157, just for reference. Okay, UConn's game. UConn, what did they do? Okay, there we go. UConn scored 85 points, and they allowed 51 points tonight. That is 137. So UConn had 136, 130. I don't know why I said 137. And yeah. So I said 157. We'll see, bro. We'll see. I don't know about that 157, but we'll see. We'll see some. But yeah, man. Should be a good game. Should be a good rematch. It honestly so far it looks like UConn and everybody else like there's a huge gap. South Carolina once again got off to a slow start. That's been a trend that we've seen this entire NCAA tournament run from them, from the first round, the round of 64, all the way up to through the Elite Eight and tonight's Final Four, semifinal, and stuff like that against Texas. They got up to a slow start. Texas got going early. Maddie Booker got it going early, specifically. Maddie Booker, once again, gets into foul trouble. And what's the difference between Texas and South Carolina at that point? Okay, South Carolina, slow start offensively. Late, come off the bench. And then who else coming off the bench? Joyce Edwards, come off the bench. And that's the difference. Is when you can go 10 deep. When you can go 10 deep and the other team is top heavy, it's like Rory, Maddie, and if they or Oldacre, and if them jokers struggling or whatever, it can't get one of them not playing, it's a whole nother situation. So that's pretty much what we've seen with South Carolina tonight. Just that death really got them through and won them that game. They busted open, and then after a while, that's crazy. But after a while, once the lead was large enough, they kind of just had their confidence, got their confidence back, and closed the door. Texas really kind of let up off the gas after going down double digits in the second half, and that was the game. With UConn just fought aggressively. They're hungry. 19 points in the first half for AZ Fudd. Question that Holly Rowe asked, what's going on? She said, man, it's the Final Four. I don't have no room to be off. I have to be on. It's a mindset. It's not even the thing. It's just a mindset. AZ Fudd is more locked in than she's ever been in her college career. We said this earlier this season at the game at South Carolina when AZ went stupid from three. And we were like, man, we're talking about AZ Fudd in big games. We've been talking about it. Oh, lights too bright. That's not the case this season. AZ Fudd's locked in. She has a point to prove. She has a lot to prove to people that she's mentally tough enough and that she's not just natural talent, but she can step up in the big games and can step up to be UConn's leading scorer, UConn's best player when need to be. Sarah Strong is solid as always. She's just kind of always giving you a solid performance. And same with Paige for this year and stuff like that. I know Paige she's gotten the can she play in the big games thing before as well. So, but for the most part, Paige, her entire career has been solid. Let's look at some of the stats here. Sarah Strong in 33 minutes, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Ridiculous stat line. Shout out to Alfie's parents. I believe they were in the building tonight. It was the first time they seen her play at UConn. Paige, 16, 5, and 2. A pretty solid stat line. AZ Fudd, 19 points. She scored all of those in the first half and didn't score again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They kind of cruise sailing into the sunset. KK Arnold played some stifling defense up top and made it very frustrating for Kiki Rice for UCLA. 9 points in 19 minutes and 3 assists. Ice Brady did her part, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Ashlyn Sade, 3 rebounds herself. Griff had 5 minutes herself, 2 points in 5 minutes. Who else? Caitlin Chen over there, 24 minutes, 6 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. You see Princeton was rooting for her and everything like that. They shouted her out before the game, going into the game, and she's just doing what she's done all season. That is a very, very solid point guard. For UCLA, you had Lauren Betts. She did all she could, 35 minutes, 26 points, 5 rebounds. Kiki Rice, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. You definitely need more from Kiki Rice. Before Lauren Betts came over as the number 1 prospect out of high school and coming over in the transfer portal from Stanford, Kiki Rice was UCLA's face of the new program. She said she wanted to win them a national championship, their first national championship. She helped get them to their first Final Four. But in a Final Four appearance, you have to do better than this. 8 points and 3 and 3, you have to do better than that, Kiki Rice. And she knows that. So she'll be back. But as she gets older, there's only one more chance to do this. I mean, unless, it's a medical thing or a red shirt or whatever was going on in the NCAA nowadays, it feels like they're letting everybody get a minimum of 5-6 years. But Yeah, Kiki definitely has to lock in if she wants to bring that kind of a reality to UCLA. A lot of times, a lot of the criticism that the UConn players got that I just addressed early on in their careers, the first 3 years and stuff like that, was can they do this in the big game? And now I feel like it's kind of time to look at Kiki Rice for that. Earlier in the season, when they beat South Carolina and they beat them bad by like 18 points, it was like, okay, I think I even said it on the channel. It looks like UCLA's turning the corner. They're getting over the hill and they're starting to win those bigger games that a lot of times they kind of shrink. And lights too bright, lights too bright. They're starting to win those games now. But as the season went on, I mean, and ultimately tonight you kind of see the same old UCLA. And yes, you have to give them credit. They did beat LSU. They did have good kind of run. Hold on, let me go to the bracket to see their exact run. So I give them that credit. And Lauren Betts has had a historical season, like the best big season statistically speaking since Asia Wilson. First player to do it since Asia Wilson. It was like 1,000 points, not 1,000 points, but like 500 points, 300 rebounds, 200 blocks, 100. It was something like that. But yeah, blew Southern out the water first round of 64. Then beat George Richmond. Okay, Richmond. And then yeah. So yeah, Ole Miss, LSU, and now UConn. They were all formidable opponents, and they played the first two well. They played the first two very well, but UConn just ended up getting the best of them. And now you're going back to the drawing board if you're UCLA. I don't know what you do. You did bring over Janiyah Barker. I feel like that was your big get from last offseason. And your big get tonight got you 3 points in 17 minutes. You need more than that. You need more than that. And she was the one talking. All of them really was talking. If we hate LSU, we get LSU. Don't be happy to make the Final Four. Lauren Betts was the only one I heard in the post-game interview said, we not happy just to make the Final Four. Everybody else, oh, yeah, we really wanted this. All the girls last year, we really wanted this to get over LSU. Focus on the next game. UConn, by the way, them jokers celebrated. They threw the hat on. Gino gave them the little confetti shower, but at the same time, they was like one game at a time. We can't look at the national championship. We have to respect each opponent. Going into it, what about USC? USC's in your bracket. Well, we want to respect every opponent, go one game at a time. By the time they got to USC's roster was what it was. UConn did what they did. They move on. They beat UCLA. Now, final game of the season, it's a rematch. South Carolina, a rematch from a couple years ago in the national championship. Another chance for Paige to really solidify her legacy and beat the Giant. South Carolina is the Giant. They are the defending champs. You have to give them that respect. And so we'll see what happens. Hold on, let me see. All right, cool. All right, so those are my thoughts on the game. I think it'll be poetic and extremely beautiful if Paige ended her college career with a national championship win after coming up short a couple other times and playing hurt and getting hurt and all of those things. So, yeah, man, that is it. Let me move on to the next scene.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.